Hey, did you know that there are mistakes you're making right now with your hair that are making you look older? Yeah, I'm gonna share my top tips on how to make sure you're not making those mistakes. And we're cutting our hair off. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Hey, my name is Justin Hickox, and if this is your first time, thanks for hanging out. Hey, if you're a stylist and you are looking to learn some simple but advanced techniques that will help you grow your clientele faster, or if you're a client who is looking to learn some techniques to learn how to love their hair more and make that easy, make sure you start by subscribing and hit the bell so that you get notified when I bring out brand new videos every Wednesday. But today, this video is all about mistakes. Yeah, mistakes that you may be making right now that are making you look older. And you know what? By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to make sure that you don't make any of those mistakes anymore. So let's dive into the video. Okay, mistake number one is a center part. The problem with center parts is they take away any ability to create volume in the crown. If we're talking about age-defying looks, then what we need to understand is we want to accentuate cheek structure. We want to accentuate bone structure. We want to lift the eye up. And part of the way you do that is by creating volume in the crown. But as long as there's a part down the center, it doesn't allow us to do that. The worst part is not only does it take the volume away from the crown, in doing that, it also adds more volume to the side, which actually brings the eye down. Okay, tip number two is all about length and having the hair too long. What is that?
My God,
You've got to be kidding me. Oh my God, dude, what are you doing? So good. Yeah, great, I can see that. Why are you not in the back room? Man, it's mod pizza. You know I cannot be responsible for how far I make it into the salon before I have to sit down and eat it. Come on, man. Okay, take it to the back room. Didn't I hear you tell that you're gonna take her hair short? Yes. I'm gonna make her look old? No, it's not gonna make her look old. And in fact, that's part of what I'm about to talk to. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to add some value. Why don't you take your pizza and go into the back room? Okay, like I was just telling Jay, taking the hair shorter is not going to make anybody look older. Anytime we've got hair that's too long, it means that we're dictated with how short we can cut the layers, which means that the hair, even though it's been layered, could still be heavy and long. So one of the biggest things is we want to make sure that hair is not too long. It doesn't mean it has to be short. It just means that it has to be short enough that the layers can be short enough that we can actually create shape. Now, I think it's about time that we chop all of your hair off. Okay, so we're back. We've got our hair shorter. We're not completely done yet. I'm gonna style it, then I'm gonna finish cutting on some of it. But that brings me to my next tip, which is the mistake of not styling your hair. Now, I know that in many times, people just don't have time to style their hair, and that's fine. I totally understand that. Usually speaking, now we're in a pretty good space right now, right? Because her hair is so short, she's getting volume in the right areas even before we style it. But many times, especially if your hair is longer, without styling it, you're not creating volume in the right areas. You're not giving it a foundation to create volume in the right areas. So taking the time to put some product in it, to get some volume in it, and to start styling some shape into it, that is a huge deal. And side note, if you want me to film a video on some styling techniques, things that we do in the salon that we forget to share with our clients many times, some little tricks to make styling a bit easier for you, make sure you comment in the comment section and let me know, because maybe I'll do that for the next video, because I think that would be a really good one. But styling it is a huge deal. So I'm gonna throw some product in her hair, I'm going to dry it, finish cutting it, get some style into it, and then we'll come back and talk to you about the next mistake that people are making. Okay, the next mistake people are making is putting volume in the wrong places. kind of piggybacks to what we were talking about with layering and what we've been talking about throughout this entire video, which is where we have volume is important, right? It all is about creating a certain face shape. Now, it's gonna change a little bit for each individual face shape. If you've got a very long face, then you don't want a ton of volume up here and nothing on the side. It's gonna over elongate it and it's not gonna be beneficial to your overall shape. So if you've got a very full face, like I said in my last video, and if you haven't seen that video about full faces, make sure you check up here. I'll put a link to it right there so you can check it out, where I talk all about volume for face shapes. But specifically, if you've got a full face, you want to be aware of having too much volume through the sides and make sure that you have enough at the top to offset it. So paying attention to where you put volume for your specific face shape is absolutely key to creating volume in the right areas so that you get, again, the shape that, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm saying that a million times. It is the shape that we want, right? Bring the eye up, do all of that good stuff. So I think you guys know by now. Okay, so what's the last tip? The last tip is the mistake of not doing any color. Okay, I gotta stop this right here. So, no lie, I've had this video actually finished and uploaded to YouTube, ready to go public for like the last week, and I couldn't do it. Because it's really important to me that I am 100% authentic to you guys all the time. And the way I wrote that, the mistake of not doing color, didn't really come across the way that I want it to come across. The true mistake is to say not recognizing the potential benefits of color would be a mistake. So I'm not against people not doing color. I'm not the person that sits here and says everybody has to do color. But I do believe that there are a lot of potential benefits in doing color. So there's always an option, and that's really my only point. So I wanted to throw that in here real quick, just so that you're aware of exactly what I mean when you watch the rest of this tip. All right, we'll see you guys in a minute. Natural hair typically has some different tones to it. There are some multi-tones in it. It's not all basically one color. But with that said, many times it's not quite enough to add dimension. Now, we've got color in her hair. I didn't do it, so I can't take credit for it, but we've got color in her hair. And what that color does is it adds a little bit of dimension so that you see more movement. It doesn't look all one tone and end up just kind of, to be honest, just kind of blending together and not really giving the hair as much shape as we would like. So just the simple act of adding some dimension through lowlights or highlights or even darker color at just the roots, stuff like that, just that simple act of adding that dimension can play a huge role in what's going on with where your eyes head, right? Where you're drawing that emphasis. And ultimately, just making your hair look more youthful in general. All right, guys, that is all the tips that I have for today. I hope that helped. And if it did, hey, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every Wednesday when I come out with brand new content. But otherwise, thank you so much. And if you have any questions that you want answered, any topics that you want covered in an upcoming video, make sure you comment below and let me know. Otherwise, hey, you have a fantastic day. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.